Hi, I'm Bill Laberis. I'm the Senior Editorial Director at IDG's Custom Solutions Group. I'm joined here today by Tom Reilly, who is Vice President and General Manager of HP Enterprise Security, and by Bob Gourley, who is Master Blogger at CTO Vision, where they write a lot about enterprise security. Bob, welcome.
Bill.
And I want to talk to both you gentlemen about the interesting and touchy subject of cloud and security. Now, I've seen survey after survey that we've done at IDG, CIO Magazine, and elsewhere that shows a lot of concerns about security and the cloud as from the point of view of the CIOs. How much of that is real, and how much of that is maybe things they don't have to be worried about? What would you say, Bob?
So clearly those concerns are well-founded, I believe, especially if an organization is just moving fast to the cloud without thinking it through. However, I would also say that those organizations that architect and engineer for cloud-based solutions can dramatically improve the security of their enterprise, and they will find themselves with a better ability to protect their data, including when the data is provided out to mobile devices. So smartly done, well-engineered cloud computing strategies can be very positive to an enterprise security architecture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Master Blogger, I can only agree with that. Okay. You think of it. I mean, these concerns are well placed because we're going through a major IT transformation and a new one. And every time you go into a new major IT transformation, you introduce new risk that could impact an enterprise. It happened when we went from mainframe to client server, from client server to IP addresses, and then building web applications. Every time we saw increasing risk. But the business benefits have been so tremendous that we as an industry have stepped up. Now what's happening in cloud computing is rather than waiting until after the fact to see what the risks are, we're actually, as Bob said, we're designing security into these cloud platforms. And we believe they'll be inherently more secure than less secure. And so as an industry, we have to overcome this concern, and we are doing that with designing security into the cloud versus an after-the-fact bolting on.
Okay, so you want to get to that point where you know, as you pointed out, Bob, and you as well, Tom, you know your infrastructure is prepped, I suppose, for lack of a better word. What has to change then with regards to security approaches to mitigate these real concerns about cloud security? What has to change in the part of the way the CIOs think or the CISOs think, Bob?
The key approach is treating security as a discipline where you let the designers really think through security early on, and that is the approach that we advocate.
Mm-hmm. Tom?
Yeah, similar. I mean, it's designing security in is what's going to be different about the cloud. And we actually think if we do it right, security becomes a reason to adopt cloud technologies, not a concern to not adopt them. Some things we're doing. The cloud should be transparent. You should have visibility into a multi-tenant environment, whether it's private or public cloud, into how your operation is being conducted in the cloud. It should be secure and have less vulnerabilities. Our applications that are designed for the cloud should have vulnerabilities designed out before you even go into production. You should have greater research around cloud security and the types of attacks that may occur on that. In essence, what you're doing in a cloud environment, it's a multi-tenant environment. You're sharing it across multiple business units or multiple corporations, and therefore, theoretically, it can have much more invested around security than any of these divisions or corporations could do themselves.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Excellent, good. Well, Bob Gourley from CTO Vision, Tom Reilly from HP, thank you very much for joining me today and the great thoughts that you shared with us on security in the cloud.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
And I'm Bill Laberis from IDG saying thank you very much for joining me as well.